I don't know what hour we're on for singing. I think we're on hour like five in the past for 3 years. I think we've only been doing that one for 3 years. So, we, I don't know why I use we, but people always used to bully me about it. I just use we because there's like a collective, but not like a hippie collective and not like a non-judicial collective and not, yeah, there's a lot of things there. Um, I'm not part of really a community. I do singing for myself, and there are some opera singers that I can stand. Most of them are pretty dumb. Most of them are tits and ass. They're selling tits and ass on the internet. Their Instagram feeds are just tits and ass, and it's not really very interesting. So I am here to practice, and I practiced and I put on a video of me for 15 minutes making vocalizations on the TikTok, and I am super struggling. I'm struggling with not have ever only yeah, not have ever dated anyone that I was particularly attracted to. Feeling like it was more of a responsibility of mine or it was like an expectation. I am heterosexual. I am gender nonconforming. Um, and I find dating in Alberta really fucking hard because I'm not one of the dumb girls. Um, and because there's so many males that are really toxic, it's very, very hard. But the point of that being is that it's not necessarily the dating that I find challenging, it's the history of the sexual violence that I find challenging. Because I keep getting a lot of feminists telling me that I should just forgive and forget and be all happy and move on with my life. But that doesn't fix the fucking problem. So, fixing the fucking problem means actually prosecuting people and having people who have abused me spend time in prison and have criminal records so they can't get jobs and they can't work with children and they can't work with adults and they can't work with women and they can't work with vulnerable populations. And that's where I think that a lot of the social workers that I've worked with, the counselors, I mean, they call themselves self counselors, they're not real registered psychologists, therapists, all of these people miss the fact that the people who brutalized me are still able to live perfectly fine lives. And there is no recourse for me because instead of telling police or actually helping me with actual rape crisis, they just tell me that we can talk about your feelings. I don't want to fucking talk about my feelings. My feelings are anger. My feelings are resentment. My feelings are fear of being raped again. Um, this week I got told by a master's of social work from Saffron that um, I was, I don't even remember. No, I do remember. Um, that I was uh, having problems with believing that I deserve to have justice for being raped. So, them being tried and possibly prosecuted because I can't ensure the prosecution. Um, that was an injury. That I have an injury because I believe in justice. So I don't have time for registered. I mean, I didn't have time for registered social workers. I thought maybe masters of social workers would be less fucking stupid, but that didn't happen. So yeah, that is my constant life. Still trying to find work. Been back here for 2 weeks. Done 5 interviews now. Fucking full of garbage interviews. And that was really unfortunate because I'm a great massage therapist. I'm a great acupuncturist. I'm not willing to give you 40% of my earnings. That's fucking bullshit. So yeah, I at this point I'm not employed. So we're gonna sing, I guess, and be honest about where I'm at because I think that's actually really important. This bullshit about like being happy when you're not happy, I really don't have time for that because I don't like it and I think it's sick. Let's see. We have Miss Mimi. she has tuberculosis. And it's kind of silly, but I don't know. They keep writing roles. I think men kept writing roles that were pretty fucking stupid back then. So that's not surprising. Anyway. Does that mean that I don't sing it? No, it doesn't mean that I don't sing it. It means that I think that I've gone through this with the opera community, and I've stopped following a lot of people because they're like, let's have more contemporary opera, let's have more trans people in opera, well, let's have more historically excluded people in opera, which I'm not against because I've been historically excluded. My family has been historically excluded, both from jobs, from receiving proper policing, receiving proper health care, receiving proper anything. But the problem that I have is that most contemporary opera fucking sucks. And so I would prefer to sing Mozart. I would prefer to sing Puccini. I would prefer to sing Verdi. I would prefer to sing, who else? I don't know. Who else is here? There's lots of people that I actually really enjoy the music. But I also think that there's the point where when you're creating a world that existed, being true to that world and talking about the politics of then actually informs the present instead of I find that Edmonton Opera is doing a lot of bullshit of like the what it was it was the the barber of Vegreville. I don't know, and they fucking changed the libretto from the Barber of Seville. And then they try to make Mozart really feminist, but it's like it's not actually feminist. It's just and it's not actually um, talking about the fallacies of the gender binary. It's just a whole bunch of people who think that they're better than De Ponte and better than Mozart, and they're fucking rewriting the opera, and then they make it sound like shit. And I'm not good with that because it sounds like garbage. Yeah, it's not even a rant because people will be like, "Why are you ranting so much?" These are actual opinions, and they're my opinions, and I think that they have a lot of validity to me because as an opera singer, I get very tired um, of singing things in the contemporary world that are terribly written. Like musically, they're terribly written, and they're very, very, very difficult to sing, not because I don't have the skills, although sometimes I don't have the skills, but that they're just terribly written as music. And yeah, let us see what we have. Oh, we have CC. She hesitates, then decides to speak. Let's see where Miss Mimi is. I'm off camera, but I'm still here. I'm looking for my piano. Because my piano is over there. Oh, I guess you kind of could see me. See. She's sitting. See, see me, I don't think we should start warming up with that because that is not warmed up. Let's find some songs. Hmm. Ah, there's a book of bad music. Bad music. Eh, no, it's good music. Um, I got this from the crazy teacher, whose name is Denise, and she turned out to be a Trump supporter, and she turned out to be a person that was believing that Christians are victimized because Trump is going to prison. So that's some bullshit. But she was better than Heather, who told me that I would be perfect for a casting couch after she knew that I had been anally raped 2 years previously. She told me that I would be perfect for a casting couch because I was just another flavor of the month. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, Heather, because that's not acceptable. And even though you have a judgment about me because I'm beautiful and you're an old hag and you're an old abuser, hag I think is kind of a feminine, like That true. It's kind of like feminine abusing. So I'm just gonna say you're a bitch and you're not nice and you don't care about people and you weren't able to teach at Grant McEwen for a long time because you were fucking crazy. But yeah, like opera is incredibly abusive, and it's really sad because people will play into this game where you have to be tits and ass, but then you become the Trebko who's like 50 and still doing tits and ass, and she's not attractive, and she doesn't have any redeeming qualities, and she can't sing. So she's just famous for shouting and screaming. Anyway, these are songs that I learned with Denise, and I never actually got to go do my exam because I just got so tired of having to deal with her Christian bullshit. Let's see. This time, this time, Cyprian cross, Cupid from his favorite nation No, that's wrong. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sweetie.
How are you?